Hello everyone, I'm Miss Priyanka Goswami and in today's video I'll discuss about prescription. So today in this video I'll start with a brief introduction of prescription followed by parts of prescription, handling of prescription, modern method of prescribing, care required in dispensing prescription and sources of error. So moving to the introduction, so as we all know that prescription is given by the medicinal practitioner, right? And that prescription is given to the pharmacist so that he or she can compound and dispense that specific medication to the patient, right? So we can define a prescription as a written order from a registered medicinal practitioner to pharmacist for compounding and dispensing a specific medication for the patient. This prescription are generally written in the English language, but Latin word or abbreviation are frequently used in order to save time. So prescription consists of 8 parts. First one is date. So that is written in the prescription, which helps a pharmacist to find out the date of prescribing and date of prescription for filling the prescription. Especially the prescription which prescribe narcotic or other habit forming drug must bear the date so as to avoid the misuse of prescription if it is presented by the patient for the number of time for dispensing. Second is name, age, sex and address of the patient. So it must be written in the prescription because it serves to identify the prescription. In case if any of this information is missing in the prescription, the same may be included by the pharmacist after proper enquiry from the patient. Also it used in the dose calculation of children, so it is very important, and in some cases the weight of the patient may also be required in order to calculate the appropriate dose. Third is a superscription. So this part of the prescription is represented by the symbol Rx. In the ancient time, it is considered as a prayer to the Jupiter, the god of healing, for the first recovery of the patient. And nowadays, it is used as an abbreviation for the Latin term, which means you take. Fourth is inscription, and this is considered as the main part of the prescription order. It contains the name and quantity of the prescribed ingredient. The name of each ingredient is written on the separate line along with its quantity. In the complex prescription containing several ingredients, the inscription can be divided into three different parts. That is base, adjuvant, and vehicle. So base is the active medicament which are intended to produce the therapeutic effect, while adjuvant included either to enhance the action of the medicament or to improve the palatability of the prescription. However, vehicle is included in the prescription either to dissolve the solid ingredient or to increase the volume of the prescription. Nowadays, majority of the drug are prescribed which are already in the suitable formulation. The pharmacist is required to dispense the ready-made form of drug, so compounding of a prescription is almost eliminated. Fifth is a subscription. So this comprises a direction to the pharmacist for preparing the prescription and a number of dose to be dispensed. And this is important because dose of drug also depend on the type of dosage form. Sixth is a signa, or we can say a signature. So this signature is also known as transcription. It is generally consists of direction to be given to the patient regarding the administration of the drug. It may include the instruction like the quantity to be taken or amount to be used, then the frequency and timing of the administration or application, and route of administration, and special instructions such as dilution direction. These direction are written in the English or the Latin, or a combination of both, that is English and Latin. Latin direction in prescription are declining nowadays, but since they are still used, it is important to learn them. Seven is a renewal instruction. So the prescriber indicate it on every prescription order whether it may be renewed, and if so, how many times. It is very important, particularly in the prescription containing the narcotic and habit forming drug, to prevent its misuse. And at the end, signature, address and registration number of the prescriber. The prescription must bear the signature of the prescriber along with its registration number and address. It is very important, particularly in the prescription containing the narcotic and habit forming drug, to prevent its misuse. Next is handling of prescription. So while handling the prescription for compounding and dispensing, few procedure need to be adopted by the pharmacist, and those are receiving, reading and checking, collecting and weighing the material, compounding, labeling and packaging. So while receiving the prescription should be received from the patient by the pharmacist himself. While receiving a prescription, a pharmacist should not change his facial expression, which give a impression to the patient that he is surprised or confused after seeing the prescription. Next, reading and checking. So on receiving a prescription, always check it that it is written in a proper format, that is a doctor's pad or OPD slip of the hospital, nursing home, signed by the prescriber along with date or not. A prescription should always be screened behind the counter. In case of any difficulties in reading or any doubt reading the prescription ingredient or direction, the pharmacist should consult the other pharmacist, or the prescriber. But under no circumstances patient should come to know about it. Pharmacists should never guess about the meaning of any illegal or confused word, otherwise it may lead to some other serious consequences. Sometimes prescription is received on telephone by senior pharmacist also. So in such case, after taking down the prescription, it should be verified by repeating it on phone or to the prescriber. It is very important because nowadays the number of drug with almost the same pronunciation and spelling are available in the market, say for digoxin and digitoxin. So we need to be very careful. Next is the collecting and weighing the material. So before compounding the prescription, all the material required for it should be collected on the left hand side of the balance. After weighing the material, it should be shifted to the right hand of the balance. This give a check of ingredient which have been weighed. While compounding, the label of every stock bottle should be read at least 3 times in order to avoid any error. That is when taken from the shelf or drawer. Second, when the content removed for weighing and measuring. And the third one, when the container are returned back to its proper place. Next point is compounding, labeling and packaging. So compounding should be carried out in a neat and clean place. All the equipment or apparatus required should be thoroughly cleaned and dried, and only one prescription should be compounded at a one time. The compounded medicament should be filled in a suitable container depending on the quantity and use, and the filled container are suitably labeled with plain paper of good quality should be used for labeling the container. And the container is polished so as to remove the fingerprint. While delivering the prescription to the patient, the pharmacist should explain the mode of administration, then direction for use and storage. Next, we'll discuss about modern method of prescribing. So nowadays, majority of drug are available in the market as ready-made formulation manufactured by different pharmaceutical companies. The drug should be prescribed by its official name and not by its proprietary or trade name. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of prescribing the drug by its proprietary name. If we look for the advantages, then it is easy to remember property name because they are very catchy, example crocin, and then it is easy to communicate with the patient. Next, the continuity can be maintained by prescribing the same property name every time. Then the viability of drug changes with the change of adjuvant used in the drug formulation manufactured by different manufacturers. So only those proprietary drug can be prescribed which have a better bioavailability. Next is disadvantages. So it have certain disadvantages also, like it is cheaper to prescribe the drug by its official name. It become difficult for a pharmacist to dispense this substitute of the drug which is available in the stock. Next is care required in dispensing prescription. So few precautions should be taken while dispensing a prescription. We'll discuss it one by one. So first one is Always keep the prescription before you. Take the prescription with you while taking out the medicines from the shelf. It will serve as a constant reminder of the name and strength of the preparation required, and it helps to avoid mistake. Next, always check the dispensing balance before weighing the ingredient which are required, and it helps to avoid mistake. Next, always replace the container of stock preparation or drug in order in their proper position after use. Next, keep the label in upper position during weighing solid ingredient, especially the potent drugs such as morphine hydrochloride, to serve as a constant reminder that the correct drug is being used. And when pouring or measuring the liquid ingredient, keep the label upward in order to prevent surplus running down of the bottle and staining the label. Then care should be taken to keep the dispensing balance clean. The powder should be transferred from the stock container by using a clean spatula. The scale pen should be cleaned immediately after use. Apart from these medicines, which are usually used externally, such as lotion, liniments, paint, etc., should be supplied in vertically fluted bottle. In order to distinguish it by touch, they must be labeled in red or against a red background. Before handling over the medicine to the patient, always check that the correct preparation is in the correct strength has been supplied, and the correct direction has been stated on the label. So we came to the last topic of this video, that is error of prescription. So prescription error are unintentional mistake in the prescription dispensing and administration of medication. Some prescription error include wrong patient, incorrect medication, inappropriate dose, wrong time, wrong route of administration, and wrong rate of administration. So we'll discuss what are the errors. So the first one is abbreviation. Second is name of the drug. Third is strength of prescription. Fourth, dosage form of the drug prescribed. Fifth is instruction for the patient. Sixth is incompatibility. So the abbreviation present a problem in understanding parts of the prescription order. In that case, extreme care should be taken by the pharmacist in interpreting the abbreviation. Pharmacist should not guess the meaning of any unclear abbreviation. Next, name of the drug. So this there are certain drugs whose name look or sound like those of other drugs. Some say for digitoxin and digoxin. Next, strength of the prescription. So the strength of the prescription should be stated by the prescriber. It is very essential when various strength of the product are available in the market. Next point is dosage form of the drug prescribed. So many medicine are available in more than one dosage form, like liquid, tablet, capsule, etc. So it should be clearly mentioned which dosage form need to be given. Say for a patient is suffering from fever, and his or her age is 5 or 6, and the dosage form is not given, and if we give tablet, then it is quite unacceptable. So you can't give anything like that. You need to be very sure about it, what you are giving. Next is instruction to the patient. So the quantity of the drug to be taken, the frequent and timing of administration and route of administration should be clearly given in the prescription so as to avoid any confusion. Next is incompatibility. So it is essential to check that there are no pharmaceutical or therapeutic incompatibilities in the prescribed preparation, and that different medicines prescribed for the same patient do not interact with each other to produce any harm to patient. Say for there are certain antibiotic which should not be given with meals, since it significantly decrease the absorption of the drug. So it need to be checked. So that's all in this video. I hope you like it. Please share your views in the comment section. See you in next round of video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.